Hello everyone, magandang buhay sa lahat. Welcome na welcome po kayo dito sa aking Mathematics Tagalog tutorial. Sa video na ito ay papaliwanag ko po sa inyo how to interpret a statistical graph. So there are many kinds of statistical graph. Pero sa grade 7, Mathematics Matatag Curriculum ay 4 lamang po ang lesson. First ay bar graph, second, line graph, third, pie graph, and the fourth one is stem and leaf plot. Now, we are going to interpret these 4 kinds of graph. So, paano nga po ba interpret yung mga data na nandito sa bawat graph? Ipapaliwanag ko po yan sa inyo step by step. Okay, so bago po ako magbigay ng example, ay i-define muna natin ano nga po ba ang statistical graph. A statistical graph is one of the most significant components of data presentation and analysis to expose structure and trends. Moreover, statistical graphs enable data to be displayed in various visual formats. So yung mga statistical graph, kagaya po ng bar graph at line graph, ito po ay napakagandang way or the best way to present data. And of course, kapag na-present natin yung data using this graph, ma-analyze po natin ng mas maayos. Kasi kapag ang data po ay kinolek lang natin at inayos natin sa frequency distribution table, ay hindi po masyado nating nakikilala yung mga differences at relationship ng bawat data. So, one way to present the best way to present data is by using a statistical graph. So, ito nga po yung bar graph, line graph, and then pie graph and stem and leaf plot. So, paano po yan interpret? Isa-isain ko po yan sa inyo. Okay, so for the interpretation of a statistical graph, let's start first for the components of its statistical graph. So ano nga po ba yung components? So ito po ay mag-base lang po muna tayo sa bar graph at sa line graph. So halos magkapareho po. And then iba naman po yung stem and leaf plot at yung pie graph. So unahin po natin itong bar graph or yung line graph. Ano nga po ba yung kanyang components? Okay. So first components of the graph is that the graph title. So ang graph title po is the component of graph which tells what the graph is all about. Okay, so dito pa lang sa title, alam mo na kaagad ano pa yung pinipresent ng graph. So for example, ang title ko po dito ay ML players. So ano po kaya yung meron sa ML players? Okay? So meron ka na pong idea about sa graph. So that is the graph title. Another component of the graph is the graph axis label. So ano po ba yung graph axis label? Ito po yon. Component of a graph that the axis which goes left to right horizontally and vertically, and the y-axis which goes up and down vertically. Okay, so yung axis na ito po yung vertical and horizontal. Okay, ito po yung tinatawag nating axis at ang nilalaman po niya, ito po yung ating halimbawa dito po sa pinakang bababa, sa presentation ko po ng graph, ang tawag po dito ay category. Mula po sa ating frequency distribution table. Ito po yung category at ito naman po yung kanyang frequency. Ano po? Ang tawag po dyan ay graph axis label. Okay, so next component ng graph ay graph units. Graph units, component of a graph in which category and frequency are the units presented on the two axes. Okay, so ito po yung graph units natin. So pag sinabi, ang category po natin dito ay grade level, so ano po yung mga grade level? Ito po yung mga units niya. Ito yung grade 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, kasi grade level. Ito po yung kanyang units. Okay? At sa vertical naman, sabi po natin dito ay frequency. So ano po yung frequency? Of course, numbers po yun. So number of ML players. Okay? So yung nandito sa side, ito naman po yung ating frequency. Ang tawag po dyan ay graph units. Next component ay graph data. So what is graph data? Component of a graph that can be presented in many different forms such as bars, dots, lines, or other representation. So ito naman po yung graph data, yung mismong data po na nire-represent ng graph. Okay? Kasi itong ating horizontal at yung ating vertical, ito lang po yung basehan natin ng data nandito sa loob. Okay? So ang tawag po dito ay graph data. So sabi po dito ay it can be in different forms such as bars, dot, or lines, okay, or other presentation. So yun po yung ating graph data. Okay, so let's start to interpret statistical data or statistical graph. Number one, a fruit store owner constructed a bar graph to show the number of fruits sold per piece in a day. At ito po yung kanyang bar graph. So ngayon, we are going to interpret this graph. So paano po ba tayo mag-interpret? How to read this graph? Okay? So there are many ways to interpret graphs. Okay? So pwede po in a form of number. Okay? Pwede po in a form of percentage. Pero ito, kapag percentage ang gagamitin natin, kailangan pang i-percentage. Okay? So in a form of number, pwedeng from highest to lowest ang presentation. Pwede pong from lowest to highest naman po. Okay? Ito po yung aking sample interpretation about this graph. So ang title po niya ay Fruit Store. Okay? So paano po kaya natin interpret? Okay? The graph shows that there are 4 kinds of fruits sold in a fruit store such as apple, guava, melon, and mango. Okay, so apat po kasi yung fruits dito sa fruit store. Okay, apple, guava, melon, mango. So pwede po yon na start ng ating presentation. Okay, ng ating interpretation. There are 4 kasi apat po yung var, so apat po yung data na ipipresent niya. And then, there were 30 pieces of apple sold, which is the largest number of pieces of fruits bought by customers. Okay, so inuna ko po yung pinaka marami, okay, na nabenta sa isang araw, which is the apple. At ang apple po ay umabot ng 30 pieces. Okay, kaya 30 pieces of apple sold, which is the largest number of pieces of fruits bought by customers. At pwede na po nating idagdag sa ating sentence maliban na sabihin nating pinakamarami, pwede rin nating idagdag na ito po yung pinakamarami among the 4 fruits. Okay? Kasi pinakamarami. And then, next ay pwede po nating idagdag na there were 25 pieces of melon and 20 pieces of mango sold. So dapat lahat po banggitin natin. Guava, pinakamarami. And of course, pati yung kasunod, melon and mango. Ilagay din po natin yung number. So, inilagay ko po dito 25 pieces for melon. Ang melon po kasi ay nakatapat sa 25, so 25 pieces. And then for mango naman ay 20. So, ang mango po ay nakatapat yung taas niya sa 20. So, yun po yung interpretation natin sa tatlong var na ito. And then, ihuli natin yung pinakamaliit. Furthermore, there were 10 pieces of guava sold, which is the least number of fruits sold in a day. So, maliban sa babanggitin mo yung kanyang number, okay, yung kanyang frequency, which is 10, nakatapat sa 10, banggitin mo din na ito yung pinakamaliit. Okay? Pinakakonti ang frequency. So, yun po yung pag-interpret. So, dapat mabanggit po natin lahat yung data na nandito sa loob ng ating graph. Okay, so how about this number 2 example? Mang Boboy constructed a line graph that shows the amount of daily sales in his sari-sari store for 1 week. Okay, 1 week po ang record po ng sari-sari store at ipipresent po niya using line graph. At ito po yung kanyang line graph. Okay, so sabi po niya 1 week, kaya ito po yung kanyang sa horizontal 1 week po o yung days of the week, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday hanggang Sunday. Ito po yung days, okay? At yung sales po niya ay ito po yung kanyang frequency. So nag-start po sa 50, ang pinakamataas po ay 30, okay? Pero yung 50 po yung numbering niya, pero yung pinakamababa dito ay 100 lang. Pero nag-number po siya kasi ng by 50. Okay, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, and 300. Now, we're going to interpret this graph. So, ang title po niya ay Sari-Sari Store Daily Sales. Okay, ito po yung daily sales ng Sari-Sari Store from Monday to Sunday. So, paano po yan interpret? So, ganito lang po yan. Again, Pwede po nating unahin yung first day of the week, inuna ko po dito, or pwede naman pong unahin yung pinakamataas ang frequency. So ang pinakamataas yung frequency ay Monday din lang. Ito na rin po yung first day of the week. Okay? So ito po yung kanyang sample interpretation. So pwede po ninyong iayos pa yung aking sentence, yung aking interpretation. Pwedeng dagdagan pa. Okay? The first day of the week, Monday, has the highest amount on sales with 300 pesos. Okay, binanggit ko yung Monday at yung kanyang frequency, yung amount which is 300 pesos. At binanggit ko din na ito yung pinaka mataas na frequency. Okay? Pinakamalaking sales. Okay, babanggitin din natin. Okay? Then next, Tuesday and Saturday have the same amount on sales of 150 pesos. Hindi na po natin isa-isahin. Kung may dalawang magkapareho, pwede na po nating banggitin sa isang sentence. Kagaya po nito, Tuesday and Saturday. Ito po yung Tuesday, 150 at yung Saturday, 150. So pareho po sila kaya minsan na lang po nating ilagay sa ating sentence at banggitin po natin yung kanyang frequency which is 150 pesos. Kaya Tuesday and Saturday have the same amount on sales of 150 pesos. Okay, so next po, additional sa interpretation natin, nabanggit na po natin yung Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. Okay, next naman po ay itong next ay Wednesday. So yung Wednesday po ay kapareho ng Sunday. Pareho po silang 250 pesos ang sale. So ito po yung kanyang interpretation na kadugtong. Wednesday and Sunday has also the same amount of sales with 250 pesos. Okay? So sinabi po natin the same, yung amount ng sales which is 250 pesos. Next po, Friday has the least amount on sales in a week with 100 pesos. Okay. And then, banggitin na po natin yung pinakang konti, Friday. Ang pinakang konti ang sales which is 100 pesos. Alin po natin ang dinabanggit dito? Ang di natin nabanggit dito ay yung pinakang huli. Ito po, Thursday. Ano po? Okay. So, nabanggit ko po ba dito? Okay, nabanggit ko po sa huling sentence. Thursday has higher sales than Friday with 130 pesos sales. So, pwede pong pagandahin yung sentence. So, sinabi ko lang po dito, inihuli ko po ito, Thursday, ang sales po niya ay higher than Friday, which is 100, nakalagay po dito 30 pesos sales. So, 130 pesos pero nandito po sa pagitan ng 100 and 150. Okay, so pwede po ninyong iayos yung kanyang interpretation according to your taste. So be sure lang po na lahat ng data na nasa loob ay mabanggit po ninyo. Okay? Okay, so how about this number 3 example? Ma'am Ana constructed a pie graph that shows the favorite colors of her grade 7 students. Write a short interpretation about her graph. Okay, ito po yung graph ni Ma'am Ana on the favorite colors or color of her students. Okay, so ang mga favorite colors po nila ay yellow, blue, green, and red. Okay, at yung nasa labas ng ating pie graph ay in a form of percentage. So yung yellow ay 25% among the four colors and also red 25%. So pareho lang po yung yellow and red. And then yung green ay 30%. Ang green po yung pinakamalaki, pinakamarami ang may favorite. At yung blue, 20%, ito ay pinakamaliit o pinakakonti ang may favorite. Ngayon, sa pag-interpret po nito, pwede po ninyong umpisahan sa pinakang konti or pwede po ninyong umpisahan sa pinakamarami. At ngayon, dito po, dalawa po yung data natin. Pwedeng number, blue ay 8 which is 20%. Yellow ay 10 ang may favorite which is 25%. Yung red, 10 din po ang may favorite, 25%, the same. And then yung green, pinakamarami, 12 ang may favorite at ito po ay 30%. So sa pag-interpret, pwede po ninyong gamitin yung percentage o yung number. Okay, so ganito po yan. Ito po yung aking sample interpretation. Pwede pa po ninyong pagandahin yung aking interpretation. Pwede pong dagdagan or i-revise. So out of 40 students, okay, bakit po kaya ako nagbanggit ng 40 students dito? Wala namang 40 students sa ating graph. So para medyo mas accurate, tinotal ko po lahat yung mga bumoto. Okay, lahat yung kanyang estudyante. So, 10 plus 10 plus 12 plus 8, that is equal to 40. So, 40 students po lahat ang may favorite nito. Okay, kaya out of 40 students, lagay ko po dito, 12 of them said that color green is their favorite color and this was the most choice among the 4 colors. Okay. So nabanggit ko po dito among the 4 colors. So apat lang po yung color. Okay? At binanggit ko po dito, color green is their favorite color. Okay? So ito po yung pinakang favorite na color. Okay? Bakit po? Kasi lagay po dito 12 of them said. Okay? So 12 po yung nagsabi kasi na pinakamarami. Okay? So, pwede din po gamitin ninyo, instead na 12 ang gamitin na number, pwede naman po yung percentage na 30%. Pwede pong out of 40 students, 30% of them, pwede po yun, said that color green is their favorite color and this was the most choice among the 4 colors. Pwede po yun. Okay? Pwede po yung number, pwede po yung percentage. Okay, so next po, nabanggit na po yung green. Ang next pong babanggitin ay yellow. Pero pagsasamahin na po yung yellow at red. Since magkapareho po sila ng data. Okay, pareho pong 10, pareho pong 25%. So yellow and red has the same number of students who said that it is their favorite color with 10 votes. Okay, kung may other term po kayo, maliban sa votes, pwede pong i-replace po dito sa term na votes. Okay? Ito po kasi yung naisip ko muna. Okay? So, sinabi ko na pareho. Okay? Na 10. Pwede naman pong banggitin yung percentage. Pero kapag number sa una, dapat number din sa mga susunod. Kapag sa unang number na ginamit po ninyo ay percentage, hanggang sa dulo po dapat percentage. At kung kaya po ninyong gawin na sa inyong interpretation, pagsamahin yung number at percentage sa isang sentence, mas maganda pa po yun na interpretation. Okay? Okay, so next po, after po natin banggitin yung green, then yung yellow at red, ang panghuli po ay itong blue. So dapat, sabi ko po kanina, lahat po ng data mabanggit natin. So color blue is the least choice of the student. So list kasi ito yung pinaka-konti na bumoto para sa blue. 8 of them said that it is their favorite color. So ang binanggit na ko na po dito ay yung number. Since sa umpisa, ang binanggit ko ay number, lahat po ng mga data na number ay yung, ito po, yung number of students. Kapag nag-start po kayo sa percentage, so hanggang end, dapat percentage po yan. Okay? So ganyan po yung sample interpretation. So pwede pa po ninyo itong i-revise, pwede po ninyong dagdagan. Salamat sa kaibigan. Kung natuto ka sa video na ito at nagustuhan mo, please click like and then subscribe kung bago ka pa lang po dito sa aking channel.